speaking loudly and awkwardly. Is that on? All right, excellent. Are we ready to go back there, guys? Live streaming? Watch my language. Just kidding, guys. All right. So everyone here at the stadium and everyone at home, my name is Pixi. I teach yoga carefully, not very well, just kidding. And we're in a sort of a different location today. So I will say that the room is a little bit hotter than usual downstairs. And so feel free to take your breaks and take some breaths. You guys take care of yourselves. I'm going to do the best that I can in the sun up here, okay? So let's go ahead and get started in our usual way. We're going to go ahead and lay down on the mat on our backs, and you're going to make yourself as comfy as possible. And I don't know what comfy looks like for you today. That might mean that you're flat on your back in regular Shavasana. You might have your knees up. You might have some other way that you want to relax in this moment, and I encourage you to get there. Now, with that being said, if you make a decision right now with the information that you have about what you want to do, then do that. But if in 4 seconds you're like, ooh, I decided that I wanted to do something different, that's totally normal. Just be intentional about the movements that you make. I'm going to have you guys keep laying down, but I'm going to sit up for just 1 second. And then I want everybody to take a moment to sort of drop in. So start to breathe. I know you're already breathing, but let's focus deeply on that breathing. Big inhales in and even longer exhales out. So feel that belly rise giant like a hot air balloon, and then feel that belly collapse like a pancake. Keep doing that until you forget to focus on your breath. And then I want you to start to listen to what's going on around you. Maybe it's the music. Maybe you're at home and you can hear the ceiling fan moving. Maybe cars are moving outside. Maybe there's animals or kiddos running around you. No matter. Just acknowledge those people noises, those electrical noises, and then just let it go. Keep the focus here. Long inhales in and even longer exhales out. And the next time you take a big, deep breath in, take a sniffer and identify some smells that you smell. Maybe you're at home and it's your house and it needs to be cleaned. Let it go. Forget about it. Just stay right here. Maybe you didn't take a shower this morning and you're a little smelly. Just let it go. Nobody minds. We can utilize these grounding techniques throughout the duration of class. In class, or our human brains are paid to think, and they've evolved millions of years to do the thing that keeps us safe and secure. And so if any point in time during your practice, your mind starts to wander, that's a normal thing that happens. So just do your best to bring yourself back to the moment to the best that you can. When you're ready, slowly start to bring some movement into your fingers and into your toes. Maybe reach those arms overhead, stretching from fingertip to toe tip, long on the mat. And then you'll draw those knees into the chest and give yourself a big ol' squeeze. Pull those knees in and then rock a little left and right. And play around in this rocking left and right to see if you can press your lower back into the mat, see how that feels, give yourself a massage. Maybe press the shoulders into the mat, rock back and forth, give yourself a massage, see how it feels. Yes, any other organic movements that you want to throw in here is absolutely acceptable. I did forget to mention that I teach a slow flow where we hold poses for a little bit longer. We move like slow motion, can be a little bit boring. If you're a fast flow person, then why don't you just speed it up or put in some extra push-ups? I support that. And if you need slower than slow, then take some breaks. Let's interlace over the right knee and extend that left leg long on the mat for wind removing. So pull that right knee into the chest. Maybe, if you'd like, pull that right knee over to the right underarm. Maybe a combination of one or the other feels best. You decide. Excellent. All right, we're gonna do a twist. So we're gonna take that right knee over to the left and extend that right arm out at a T, and then settle in for a little bit of a twist. Now remember that your steady breath is more important than that big old twist. So in the event that you need to back out a bit, totally fine, do so. When you're ready, slowly unwind, bring both knees back into the chest, rock to reset if you need, and then we'll interlace over the left knee, extend that right leg long on the mat. Again, feel the big belly breath, feel the flat pancake breath. Maybe pull that left knee closer towards that left underarm. And then when you're ready, we'll cross that body in a twist. Left arm comes out, right knee, left knee goes over to the right side. Oh no, I'm losing my words already. And just break. Long inhales in and even longer exhales out. Excellent work. All right, slowly unwind. Bring both knees back into the chest. Rock a little back and forth before we hold underneath the thighs. And we're gonna do that weird thing where we rock forward and backwards until we find ourselves in a seated position. Also working on giving yourself a back massage. I'm gonna head right into a seat because I have a microphone on and I keep stabbing myself with it. All right, when you find yourself comfortable, we'll find ourselves in a cross-legged position. This might look different for everybody, and I got some stuff going on with my right leg, so I might leave that right leg out a little bit. So we'll move those cheeks out of the way, we'll place our hands on our knees, and then we'll softly close our eyes if you're able, and if not, maybe gaze down towards the ground to sort of imitate that eyeball closing. Take just one moment to settle in again. Feel the long breath. Listen to what's going on around you. Maybe sniff in, or maybe feel into the body itself. All right, if you've practiced with me before, we have some new seated arms we're doing today. So we're gonna take these twinkle fingers onto our hips, and then we're gonna take them down by our sides, inhale them out, up and tall overhead. We're gonna interlace the fingers, turn them inside out, and then we're gonna start doing some sort of cat-cow. So you're gonna curl and round, bring the pelvis to the forehead to the pelvis. And then you're gonna inhale yourself up. So lift through the heart, lift through the chest. The straighter you make your arms, keep moving with your own breath in and out. The straighter you make your arms, the more stress it is on your arms. So if you need a little break, just maybe bend the elbows. If you want, you can also add in sort of some belly rolls, so maybe make some circles with your hands on the ceiling. Wow, that was great. And you can go in the opposite direction if you want, but you're kind of just waking up the spine, maybe waking up behind the shoulder blades, whatever might feel good. Excellent. All right, you're gonna slowly let go, shake out the hands if you need to, maybe give yourself a back bend. And then we're gonna take the right hand behind our back, and then you're gonna take your left hand on your right elbow and just give it a little pull. Now you can yank if you want, guys. I support you in the decisions that you make, but most of these poses are progressive. So start easy and then maybe pull in. If you have a bind, you're more than welcome to bind. Slowly let go. Shake out the hands, and then we'll take the left hand, behind the head, right hand to the left elbow. Man, we're so successful with words, guys. And then we'll just exist. All right, slowly let go, take those arms out. We're gonna take our hands behind our backs, place the palms on the ground, fingers facing towards the bottom, and then press into the hands to lift the chest, open the shoulders, big old heart opener. And then you're gonna bend into the elbows, walk those hands out in front of the shins, and find yourself in a forward fold. And allow yourself to just breathe. Take your forehead and let it just float towards the ground, even if your forehead never touches the ground. You might start to feel something in one of the hips. When you're ready, using the hands, press the torso back up to neutral, and then we're gonna do a lean back and swippy swap those feet. Excellent. Okay, what's the next one? All right, so we're gonna take these twinkle fingers, inhale them out, up and tall overhead. We're going to clasp the hands, place them behind the head, and pretend you are the coolest person in the room. All right, now we're gonna do again some more cat-cows. So you're gonna come down and give yourself a little extra neck stretch. And then come up and lift the heart, open the elbows. Really whatever feels good in your body. So curl and round and open up. Yes. You might start to feel a big stretch in the fascia at the base of the neck. That's what I'm going for. This is what helps with my migraines. Fun Pixi fact. All right, one more time, up and down. And then when we come back to neutral, we're gonna do some side bends. So less calisthenics, think more yoga. Exhale as you come down. Inhale as you come up. And exhale as you go down the other side. Keep moving at the pace of your own breath and really focus on that breath. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. If you want to add in any extra twist or anything here, you're more than welcome to. You can take your elbows to knees. You can do some other things that you make up in your head that I can't recite right now. All right, one or two more breaths. And then we'll come back to neutral. All right, one more time. We're going to take these hands behind our back, slightly different, fingers facing away from the bottom. Press into the hands, lift the heart, stick out the belly, lift the chin. And then slowly release, bend the elbows, walk those hands out in front of the shins again, and find yourself in one more relaxing forward fold. Long inhales in and even longer exhales out. Keep staying here for just one moment, and after this, we'll start to rev it up a little bit. We don't get too fast in my class, but we do a little bit of work. Remember that the heat is different, the day is different, the body is different, so you take long inhales, long exhales, and take care of yourself. Press into the hands to bring the torso back up to neutral, and then we're going to gently roll over the shins to an all-fours position, or find yourself on your knees, however you get there. You decide. All right, I'm going to shake out those legs. Maybe rock a little back and forth. Let's make sure that our fingers are in jazz hands, so wide on the mat, and you also want to make sure that your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders, good stacking security. When you're ready, a couple more cat-cows. Lift the belly, lift the bum, stick out the belly, lift the chin. Curl and round, bring that pelvis towards the forehead. A couple more times. And then we're gonna do a little bit of a balance here. So come back to neutral, check yourself for your structure, and then you're gonna lift your right arm up and forward. Keep that belly engaged. Notice a little bit of a balance, and then go for a bigger balance. So you're gonna lift your left foot up and back. Long from your fingertip to your toe tip. No worries if your toes are flexed or if they're pointed. Remember to keep that core engaged. Maybe lift the back a little bit closer towards the ceiling. If you'd like, you can reach up and back towards that foot and find an upward bow. If you try it and you topple over a little bit, it's just silly. It's just for fun. No worries. Slowly unwind, everything comes back out, and then everything back down towards the mat. Lean a little left, lean a little right, and then we'll do the other side. So find the structure, jazz fingers, shoulders over wrists, stick out that left arm, find the balance, and then lift that right leg up and back. Squeeze that core in. Good modifications, guys. If you'd like to reach up and back, feel free to do so. Oh, where's my foot? There it is. Slowly unwind. And then everything comes down. All right, one more thing while we're here. We're going to thread the needle. So we're going to take this right arm out to the side. Or you can take it all the way up to the ceiling, get a big opening. And then very much like a needle, take that right arm through the left arm. Place the right head on the ground, not the left head, right shoulder, and find a little twist. If you have some modifications you'd like to do here, feel free. I'm just going to relax and enjoy this beautiful view. All right. Press into the left hand, bring that right arm all the way back up, find a big old stretch, and then very gently, yoga leg, place it right down on the ground. All right. Find that reset, and then we'll do the other side. Extend that left arm out at a T, all the way up to the ceiling, and then thread the needle. Placing the left ear on the ground, left shoulder on the ground. Find that twist, and I will enjoy this beautiful view of you guys. Coming back up, press into the right hand, left arm goes all the way back up to the ceiling, and then place it down on the ground. All right, we're gonna move up from here. So walk those hands out in front of you just a couple of inches. We're gonna curl those toes under, and here's where the heat comes in. Lift those knees up off the ground and keep them there for the next 17 minutes. Just give it a whirl. In the event that your knees don't come up off the ground, that's totally fine. The energetic pushing away from the ground is enough. Good job. All right, move that bum back into a downward dog. And then do the thing where you walk it out, you come high up on your toes, you can take your hips and your heels to one side or the other. You can kind of glance at your neighbor and see what they're doing. They might give you some hints on what you might want to do. Excellent. Good choices, y'all. All right. Come back to neutral when you're ready. Find a nice, steady, very still down dog. And then we'll come high up on those toes and tiptoe or walk yourself to your hands towards the top of the mat. We're going to find our first forward fold. So let's keep our knees bent a lot a bit and then bring the belly to the thighs. And then if you'd like, you can straighten your legs up. Allow yourself to fold forward, maybe grabbing onto the elbows, maybe pressing your pinkies in your elbow creases to make it a little bit more relaxing. You can lean a little left and you can lean a little right, maybe forwards and backwards to find that perfect center point. All right, very carefully, guys, very important things we're doing right now. Take your hands down towards the ground. Let your head hang down as if there was just gravity pulling it. And then as slow as you possibly can, very much like a zombie, you're going to let your head hang and your arms hang. And you're going to roll up so slow that you're almost annoyed with how slow you're moving. The slowest you've ever slowed. Each vertebrae stacks on top of each other. And then once you get to the top of the mat, slowly raise your head and find yourself in a nice mountain pose. All right, when you're there, find what mountain looks like for you today. It may be toes together if you guys are working on balance, or maybe feet a little bit separate if you need a little extra balance today, so your choice. Roll the shoulders up and down the back, press the feet into the ground, and then stand up like an inch taller. So we were like 5'4", now we're like 5'7". Just try it. Excellent. We're gonna do our half moon twisty toos. Yes, all right. So let's inhale those arms out, up and tall overhead. We're gonna reach for the ceiling first, and then we're gonna lower the right arm and lean over to the right side, half moon. You can inhale to lengthen, get a little bit longer towards that corner, and then exhale, soften. Press into the right foot to lift the right arm back up to neutral. And then exhale, lower the left arm down, lean over to the left side. Same. Press into that right left foot so that you don't collapse in the left side body. Reach out towards the corner of the room. And then press into that left foot, lift the right arm, left arm back up. And then exhale, forward fold all the way to the ground. Place your left fingertips on the ground, bend into the left knee, and then open up that arm to the right side to find a twist. Can be difficult, totally look at your neighbor if you need help. You'll notice you might feel something in that right hip. I am also feeling that, so no worries. Good modifications. Exhale, lower that right hand down to the ground. We're gonna bend into the right knee, open up to the left side with the left arm. Notice that left hip.
You know what?
Just notice. Don't subscribe like good or bad for what's happening in that left hip. It's just existing. All right. Lower the left arm down to the ground. Allow yourself to forward fold for just one moment, and then sunburst those arms out, up, tall overhead, reaching for the ceiling. Stand up just an inch taller, and then lower everything down by the sides. Take a deep breath. Find yourself to the top of the mat. We're prepping for our sun salutations. So just find a moment to take a deep breath. Long inhales in and even longer exhales out. And those longer exhales are key here because that's what's helping to decrease our heart rate. So focus on that as we start to move a little bit faster. We're going to do our sun salutations this time, focusing on the poses themselves, and then next we'll focus on the journey. So inhale those arms out, up, and tall overhead. Reach for the ceiling. And then exhale, forward fold. Really feel into the fold, pausing for just a moment before you inhale to lift, maybe pressing into the shins. And then exhale, step that right foot back and find the runner's lunge. However you get there is totally fine, but pull the chest through, give it a whirl, and then you'll place the palms on the ground and step the left foot back for plank. Now, we will be here for a couple of breaths. So if you need to put your knees on the ground, cool, I do it all the time. I'm only not doing it because of my right knee's weird today. All right. Sounds like we were going to do something, but we're not. We're still here. Sorry. All right. When you're ready, lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Inhale for a cobra, maybe a big one if you prefer. Exhale, lower the chest down. Curl those toes under. We're going to come up through an all fours position, stick that bum out, and then press that bum back into a downward dog. Excellent work. Take what you need here. If your mind is busy today, maybe find some movement. If your mind is still, maybe find some stillness to match. Let's come high up on those toes. Maybe lift that right leg up and back, and then bring that right leg forward for the runner's lunge. Pull the chest through and take that pause here, and then bring that right foot to meet the left. Inhale for the lift, exhale for the fold, and then sunburst those arms out, up, and tall overhead. First reaching for the ceiling, and then exhaling as the arms come down. Find your mountain pose. Maybe softly close those eyes if you're comfortable, and focus on that breath. Everybody is different. Some things are harder for some than others, and I'm up here talking as I'm doing the yoga, so I always get a little extra out of breath. So this is the time we take, as I'm talking, to decrease our heart rate by taking those big breaths. We're going to move a little bit faster, so in preparation for the crisis of doing the sun salutation, we are working on that de-escalation. LOL. When you're ready, inhale those arms out, up, and tall overhead, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift, and exhale, step that left foot back. Find the runner's lunge. Right foot meets the left, find the plank. Lower through chaturanga to the back bend of your choice. And then bum first back into downward dog. Again, take what you need from this. Maybe some stillness, maybe some movement. And then we'll lift that left leg up and back, and then bring that left leg forward for the runner's lunge. Pull the chest through, right leg meets the left. Inhale for the lift, exhale for the fold, and then sunburst those arms up, tall overhead, and then lower them down by the sides. Take what you need from this moment. Long inhales in, even longer exhales out. Preventative maintenance. All right, today we're doing crescent twists, so I'm going to start facing this side of the mat. Okay, when you're ready, let's inhale those arms out, up, and tall overhead, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale for the lift, and then exhale, step that right foot back, find the runner's lunge, and then you're gonna lower the right knee to the mat, uncurl those right toes, and then lift the arms up for the low crescent. Now, there's two schools of thought here. Actually, there's like a million, but whatever. You can either stack your body on top of each other, or you can come very far forward I get a stretch either way, so you find what works best in your body. If you're wobbling side to side, maybe walk that left foot out a little bit so you have a wider base to keep you steady. Okay, now we're gonna do our twist. We're gonna bring our arms forward and twist towards the left, towards that knee. And then you're just gonna pull forward and backwards, tug of war with those fingers. Keep your steadiness. All right, sweep the left arm forward and up. Both arms come high, and then you'll exhale as you frame the front left foot. Extend that left foot out for half split. Excellent modification. All right, so your torso sort of stays over top of this right hip. You pull your left toes back towards your nose. Your left leg doesn't have to be straight. You can't tell because I got my big pants on today, but my left knee isn't straight. I got some tight hamstrings. All right, roll through that foot, curl the right toes under. You're gonna press into the mat to lift the back leg and then take that left leg back. Now you have two choices. You can either meet us in downward dog or you can go through a flow, your choice. I'm gonna go straight to downward dog because it's very warm up here. Good choices, y'all. Once you find your way in downward dog, take some deep breaths, work on that breathing. And then we'll come high up on those toes, maybe high up on those left fingers. And go back down. Everybody just relax. Back to downward dog. I almost did the wrong side again. Super embarrassing, but we're just gonna skip over that. So now we're gonna come high up on those toes, high up on those right fingertips, and then bring that right foot forward to find the runner's lunge. Phew, good save. Lower the left knee down to the ground, uncurl those left toes, and very beautifully inhale the arms up for the low crescent. And then do the thing again. You decide whether you want to be far forward or whether you want to stack your body. And then if you feel wobbly, maybe walk that right foot out just a couple. Very steady base before we take those arms forward and twist to the right towards that knee. Excellent. Good job. Good steadiness. Let's sweep that right arm down and forward. Everything comes back up. Exhale, frame the front right foot. Extend that right leg out. Draw those right toes back towards your nose. Maybe wiggle into that foot. And then just forward fold over those big right hamstrings. Taking this moment to breathe. All right, let's roll through that front foot, framing with your fingers. Curl the left toes under, pop the left leg back up. We're gonna get it together, press the hands into the ground, step the right leg back, find the plank. And then your choice again. Do you guys wanna go through a flow or do you wanna meet us directly in downward dog? Do you need extra work or do you need less work? Neither one is correct. You get to decide. Long inhales in, and even longer exhales out. All right, let's come high up on those toes. We're gonna bring that right foot forward again for the runner's lunge. This time we're gonna come up for a high crescent. So again, make sure that your feet are not in line with each other. You want them still hip distance on the mat for balance. Press into that right foot, and then gently lift the torso up for the high crescent. And then we'll just stay here for like 7 breaths. Yeah, totally. Enjoying the view. Not me, the mountain. Long inhales in and even longer exhales out. Once you feel strong and steady, we're gonna do the same twist. So you're gonna take your arms in front of you and then twist to the right, towards that knee. It's okay. I sometimes don't know my left from my right either. Good balance. Excellent, y'all. All right, we're gonna sweep that right arm down and forward and up, and then you're gonna straighten in that right leg, lower that left heel down towards the ground. Make sure that your hips are facing towards the short edge of the mat, and then you're just going to release over top of that right leg, and you should feel a big old stretch in that right hip, that right hamstring, all the right sides. Long inhales in, even longer exhales out. Again, this right leg does not have to be straight. All right. Let's bend through the right knee, step that left foot back for the runner's lunge, place the hands on the ground, step the right foot back, and then you have another choice. Would you like to flow, or would you like to meet us in downward dog? Excellent slow movement, y'all. I love this. All right, let's come high up on those toes. Let's bring that left foot forward for the runner's lunge. Again, make sure that right foot is not in the same line as your left, and then press deeply into that left leg as you lift up into a high crescent. Good choices. Good steadiness. Ugh, not for me. It's okay, I don't mind falling over, guys. I'm an expert faller. All right, we're gonna turn to the left. So arms come out front, sweeping that left arm down and back, sweeping towards that knee. Arms are in that tug of war position, twisting right at the torso. And then you're gonna sweep that left arm down and forward. Everything comes up. Straighten that left leg. Lower the right heel down to the ground. And then if the hips are facing forward, whoops, fold forward over top of that left leg. Whew. And then focus on that breath. When the breathing becomes labored, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. We practice this really hard stuff on the mat, like bending and folding and breathing, so that we're better able to do it in the real world. This is simulated stress. There's something there I'm going to start talking about. Great. All right. Bend through that left knee. Bring that right foot back for runner's lunge. Press into the hands. Step that left foot back. And then your choice. Time for one last flow, and you'll meet us in child's pose, or just go directly to child's pose. Y'all's choice. Excellent work. Bring those heels to the bum, bring that forehead to the ground, and in the event that you don't know what pose we're doing, always feel free to look at your teacher or your neighbors. We're all best friends here, at least in this class. Take what you need from this moment. Focus on that breath. This is the time to catch that breath. We will do one more balance pose, so just exist here for a moment, knowing that we have a little bit left of work. You have appropriate expectations, but it's still your responsibility to focus on that breath. Long inhales in and even longer exhales out.
What's the matter?
I just remembered.
What? Speak up, child.
It was nothing at all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. If you've moved your arms, extend them out in front of you.
Let's not forget them.
Press into the hands to come up to an all fours position.
Yes.
Curl the toes under. And then bum first back into a downward dog. If you need some movement, feel free to take it. Once you're complete, high up on those toes and tiptoe yourself to the front of the mat to where your hands are. We're going to take our second forward fold, and you have your choice here on whether you want to do the same gravitational pull or whether you'd like to add in some other type of forward fold. So if it's gravity, maybe pinkies and elbow creases, letting the head hang low, letting gravity do the work. Just even let go of your eyeballs. Just let them fall out. Nobody needs them right now. And then very slow, similar to to start. Roll yourself up, stacking each vertebrae on top of each other, letting the head hang and the arms hang. So the very last thing to come up is your head. All right, let's step a little left and step a little right. And then we're going to do some balancing, and this is going to be really fun. And we don't have anything to hold on to, so if you topple over, the practice is just a smile, because we're having fun over here. So let's bring our toes to touch and our heels slightly apart, just because it's better for our center of balance. You're just going to press into the left foot. I forgot to tell you we're going into dancer. You're just going to press into the left foot and then bring this right foot back towards your heel. Bum. Right foot back towards your bum. Sorry, I'm not very good with words. And then this is it. This is a dancer pose. Feel all those muscles in the top of the left foot wiggling around, and the bones, those are your metatarsals. If those are moving around, keeping you balanced, then you're doing the pose right. If you want a little bit more, maybe take that right arm up towards the ceiling, focusing on something on the ground that isn't moving, ignoring all outside visual distractions. And then if you'd really like, you can lean forward, press that foot into the hand, making that upward bow shape that we did in the beginning in the balance. This doesn't have to look like anything particular. Again, if those metatarsals are moving and keeping you balanced, then you're doing a balance pose, and that's what I'm trying to get you to do. So pretty or not, doesn't matter. All right, bend into that left knee just a little bit. Bring everything back to neutral. And then without slingshotting, slowly let go and lower that foot to the ground. Excellent work. That was so slow, guys. Good job. All right, you got to wiggle it out a little bit because those hips get sore here. So we're going to do the same thing. Toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Press into that right foot and then grab that left foot with your left hand. Inside, outside, I don't mind. And then pay attention to what's happening in that right foot. Root the big toe and the pinky toe to the ground. Stapled. Just kidding. That's weird. If you'd like to go a little bit further, bring that right arm up. Maybe gazing towards the ground at something that isn't moving, and then maybe take a lean forward. Excellent work, y'all. It's so hard to be excited in balance posing. All right, slowly come back to neutral. Let go of that left foot and let everything come down to the ground. All right, step a little left, step a little right, and we're gonna be moving down from here. So we're gonna do a yogi squat. If you are not a yogi squatter, please feel free to just find yourself on the bottom. If you're a yogi squatter, let's take our feet about mat distance, maybe a little bit wider. And then you're gonna take your hands to your heart, very yoga-like. Excuse me, I'm burping coffee. Bend the knees and slowly lower your bottom to the ground. And then I always have to readjust my feet. So I'm gonna bring my feet a little bit closer, and then I'm gonna press into my knees to lift the chest, pull that chest through just slightly. I know, very awkward. Yogi squat. And then you're gonna make your way to your bottom. So I like to take my hands out towards the sides and then slowly bring those knees together and see if you can just place your bottom on the ground instead of flopping. Good flop though, totally. It's okay. Everybody's knees are different. I got some great knees there. I definitely do that. Okay, so what day is it and what are we doing? It's 10:09. All right, we got some time. I need to face this way. Okay, guys, we're going to do some forward folds real quick. We're going to get some more hamstring stretches since we worked into them a bunch. So let's take these twinkle fingers down by our sides. Inhale them out, up and tall overhead, and we're gonna do this 3 times. So you're gonna forward fold, reach for the toes, but you're gonna place your fingertips on the ground outside of your shins or your ankles. Let the forehead hang down for just a moment, and then kind of like that zombie roll, we're gonna slowly roll ourselves back up to an L shape or Dandasana staff pose. Press into the hands, twinkle fingers down by the back, roll the shoulders down. Good slow movements. Excellent work. Inhale the arms out, up, and tall overhead again. And then exhale, forward fold. One more roll up. So fingers to the ground, forehead releases, eyeballs fall out, and then slowly roll yourself up. Excellent. One more time. Forward fold, and this time we'll stay. Twinkle fingers, out, up, tall overhead. Exhale, forward fold, and allow yourself to rest. You can grab onto the toes. You can grab onto your heels. You can do some crazy things. But either way, you're just allowing yourself to forward fold here. And yes, if your knees stay bent, that's totally acceptable. Allow your forehead to go towards your knees and let go of the tension in your neck. Maybe lean the head a little left and right. And then again, let go of all the tension in your face. Quit trying to make those wrinkles stop happening. Just exist. Allow the face to relax. Excellent. Let's take our hands to the ground and then press the torso back up to a Dandasana staff position. We're going to scoot forward on the mat, so when we do come down, we will be on the mat. So scoot your bum forward, and then we're going to take our feet to the mat here. Knees up. Take the hands to the backs of the knees, and then just lift those toes up a little bit for boat pose. You can be like a little boat, you can be like a big boat, you can be like a barge, a yacht, you know, whatever you're interested in. I support those decisions. It's a good one, yes. Mm-hmm. You can extend your feet up. One of the keys I like to encourage is that you pull your chest through so that you're not crunched up. I'll probably try and find some science behind that, but whatever. Try not to crunch, be straight. That's the technical terms for it. And then you're gonna stick your arms out. I know, I'm so sorry. Okay, so make zombie claw fingers. This is very important. Lift that right lip up so it's like an Elvis zombie, and then slowly roll yourself down. So slow that you're annoyed that you're zombieing and Elvising all at the same time in yoga. And then find your way to your back and feel flat, but just for a moment, because we won't stay here. Well, we'll stay on our backs, but you know what I mean. All right, let's lift the knees up, so soles of the feet to the mat. We're gonna check our time. And then you're gonna bring that right leg up towards the ceiling. Roll into that right ankle, point and flex those right toes. And then maybe hold behind the right thigh, pulling that right foot a little closer to your face. Draw those right toes back towards your nose, and then press that heel towards the ceiling. If you'd like to walk your hands up your thigh and bring your forehead to your knee, you're more than welcome to. If your right leg is shaking, it just means you probably need to do this more. Full disclosure, my right leg is shaking. All right, let's bring that right foot to the left knee for figure 4. This pigeon on your back, this figure 4, is completely acceptable. If you're feeling a stretch in your right hip, then you're doing it right. Keep that right knee energetically moving away from your body, and then if you'd like, you can pull the left knee into your chest, but keeping that right knee just, again, energetically moving away from your body. You can interlace behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin. But we'll be here for just a moment, so remember all that stuff I said in the beginning. Did you forget? Yeah, me too. But maybe just focus on your senses here. As we slow down, our minds are for sure gonna start to wander. Who's here? Who's not here? What are we doing later? What about that oil change? Blah, blah, blah. But the practice is to just be here, just for another 17 minutes or so. Just me and you, and like 20 of our best friends here, and probably like 20 of our best friends at home. Slowly let go of the bind that you might have. Take that left foot back down towards the ground. You're gonna take your right leg back up towards the ceiling, and then reach up and grab your big right toe or somewhere on your foot. My knee doesn't stay straight, so don't think that your right knee has to be straight. We're just going to keep this left knee bent, and then we're gonna take this right leg out to the side for a big stretch in that right hip bowl region, I think. You should feel something. When you're ready, bring that right leg back to neutral, all the way back up to the ceiling. And then you're gonna swippy swap. You're gonna take your left peace fingers around your big right toe, extend that right arm out at a T, extend the left leg long on the mat, and then you're gonna cross the body with that right leg over to the left side, but just gently. Not a big twist just yet. Excellent modifications. Glad you have your strap. You should feel something big in your IT band. And when you're ready, if you'd like to take that right leg all the way over to the left for a big old twister, you're more than welcome to. And then we'll bring the right leg back to neutral, all the way up to the ceiling. Maybe you take your arms out to a T, roll into that right ankle one more time. And then you're gonna pull those right toes back to your nose, press the heel to the ceiling, and then slowly lower that right heel all the way down to the ground. Allow yourself to relax for just one moment. And notice how your right leg might feel a little bit longer than your left. All right, let's take the soles of the feet back down to the ground. Readjust the bottom if you need to. You're gonna take your left leg up towards the ceiling, roll into that left ankle, point and flex. Find a little half waterfall, LOL. Let's pull the left toes back towards the nose, press that heel towards the ceiling, maybe interlace behind the left thigh and pull it towards your forehead, or walk your hands up towards your ankle and get a bigger stretch. Your choice. Lower the chest down, lower the back down, and then we're gonna take that left ankle on top of the right knee and find your figure four. Same. Your choice here. You can leave it because you're feeling a stretch, and that's enough. If you want a little bit more, maybe pull that right knee into your chest, maybe interlace behind the thigh or in front of the shin, and find yourself all pretzeled up for another couple of breaths. Take your time here to just focus on what's happening right now. If your mind has wandered again, just bring it back to the mat. I do that 100 bazillion trillion times a day. Wait, I'm just right here. Wait, it's just this happening. Good doing it. When you're ready, slowly unwind. Take that right foot back down towards the ground. Lift that left heel towards the ceiling. Maybe roll into the ankle again, and then you're gonna bend your knee, take your left peace fingers around your big left toe, and extend that right arm out at a T. Keep that right knee bent as you extend your left leg out to the left, finding a big old leg stretch. Doesn't have to go far. Slowly bring that left leg back up to neutral. You're going to swippy swap the hands, so right peace fingers around the big left toe, left arm out at a T. Extend the right leg long on the mat, and then take that left foot over to the right side just a bit to feel a big old stretch in that left bum cheek hipple area. Don't worry, all of us are feeling it. It's not just you. If you'd like to take that left leg all the way over to the right for a big old twister, feel free to do so. And then we'll bring that left leg back. Roll it around, and then slowly lower that left leg down to the ground.
Don't let anybody tell you we've let down because we haven't, and we won't.
Right away, we're going to take the soles of the feet to the mat, and then we're going to draw those knees back into the chest and give yourself a big old squeeze.
I think that
Now, find a little back massage here. So press the lower back into the mat, Move with less momentum and more with muscle movements. So use the muscles in your back to rock you a little left, a little right. Massaging gently, or more than gently, whatever your back needs. Yes, curl into a little ball. Excellent choice. And then we'll do our twist. So we'll take our arms out to a T, take those knees out to a 90-degree angle, and then you're gonna take those knees down and over to the left, and then gaze out over that right shoulder. Yes, and if you have some other twist that you'd like to do, I encourage you to do that here. And remember, if you've chosen a particular twist, or if you've chosen to do something,
people out here who don't have anybody to worry about,
and then you change your mind because you have different information,
telling themselves again
it's okay for you to change your mind. It's okay for you to move. Just be intentional about it. Just be mindful about what you do.
Sometimes it's hard to see the good in things.
Sometimes
it's hard to look at anything. I had blisters on my hands.
Even in this constriction, even though our bellies are all twisted up right now, just take a moment to feel that big belly breath in and that long exhale out.
I think that I am getting good at this.
they've been listening.
I think that I understand none of it. Multiply a conduit. Fortify, it's not as
Let's turn that head back to neutral first, and then draw those knees back into the chest with the arms out at a T. You can rock a little left and right. Find your center point again. And then you're going to take your knees at a 90-degree angle
Nobody around
and take
was
them
talking
down
much.
and over to the left
I
side.
said goodnight to Lil. I wanted
Maybe
to get to a
gazing out
radio,
over
and
that.
I don't have one in my little 39 Chevy.
I did the wrong side. I did it again, guys. Knees go over to the left.
And I think
Head goes over to the... Oh, no. All right, let me try this one more time. You guys are in the right pose. I just need to catch up and be on the same team with you guys. So your knees are going to go to the right, and your head's going to go to the left. Yes. Everybody makes mistakes, y'all. Even your yoga teacher.
I think that I understand none of it. Hiding in my bedroom, I hate sleeping in
Couple more breaths.
too.
When you're ready, slowly unwind the head, bring the knees back to center, and this is where you're going to take anything else from your practice that you might need. You guys are going to stay laying in your backs, maybe in a plow, maybe in a happy baby. I'm only going to sit up so I can guide you through the Shavasana practice. So if you have a happy baby that you prefer, if you have some plow that you'd like to do, if there's something else in this practice that I didn't tell you to do that you want to do, now's your time. If you feel complete and you're ready to start Shavasana, go ahead and make your way to that place. Now again, y'all know I encourage you to make the best decisions for your body and yourself, but if you need just a little help in getting into a nice Shavasana today, let me tell you what I've been doing. I like to take up a lot of space because the world tells me that I can't. So maybe take those feet as wide as the mat, or maybe even a little bit wider. You can allow those toes to fall out, and then take those arms out to a T if you're able.
You're a funny kid.
Maybe even up
Why?
in a Y.
I don't know. Things you say.
If I'm feeling
glad you came
like I
along.
need some grounding today, because I'm a little elevated in my anxiety or in my heart rate, I'll place my palms on the ground for that grounding effect.
Crazy.
And if you feel as though you
But it
need a little
seems
bit more
like the first time
receiving,
I saw
maybe take those palms up.
Something happened to me inside.
Either way, do the grounding technique with me again. Feel your belly rise, giant, like a hot air balloon, yes. And then feel your belly fall flat like a pancake. And the next time you sniff in, identify anything that you can smell. Whether it's here in the studio, at the stadium, or at your home. And then listen. Listen for the things that you can't normally hear. The electrical hums, the hidden instrument in Joey Pecораro's songs. And then lastly, feel into the body. Notice the temperature of your back on the mat, the hands on the floor, where you might feel tight or where you might feel loose. And then allow yourself to drift off into La La Land for the next 2 minutes or so, and I'll keep track of the time for us. Without moving, slowly just bring some awareness back into your body. Remember where you are and maybe who you are, how you are, why you are. We call these the R's of yoga. When you're ready, bring a little movement in your toes, your fingers, and then maybe turn the head to the left and to the right. If you're ready, reach those arms overhead from toe tip to fingertip. And then draw those knees into the chest. Give yourself a big ol' squeeze. Maybe a rock. And then when you're ready, raise that right arm overhead, roll over to the right side, and find yourself in this last private fetal-like position. And this is where I'm going to encourage you to take a moment to find the gratitude that works best in your mind, body, and soul. A little gratitude for the time and the space and the place we had to practice together. So for you, for giving up your time and day to come and practice, for ASU, for donating the time and the space, for other people, for creating the program. One more breath before we get back to life, back to reality. And then using the strength of your hands, press that torso back up to neutral. Find yourself in a seat, probably similar to where we started. You'll find your yoga hands on your knees, at your heart, wherever you prefer. Let's either close the eyeballs or gaze down towards the ground, and let me express my sincerest gratitude for you guys, same, taking time out of your day to come out and practice with me. we have to take care of ourselves in order for us to be able to take care of our community, including our friends, family, and whatever else we do for work. So thanks for coming out. Namaste. Excellent work, y'all. I'm so grateful to be here yet again for you guys at home too. I'm like super nice and friendly, so if you have any questions or if there's anything I can do to support you, you just let me know, okay? All right. Have a good Saturday, guys.